What is going on, people? Before you watch this video, you might want to check out my other channel, which is the Sailing Project Artemis. That is all sailboat stuff and boat stuff and DIY, etc. But for today, this is, I guess, one of the first videos I'll be doing as part of the Behold the Brian series, so we say. Anyway, we're going to be doing a Hayward super pump matrix thing. I'll show you the exact stuff in a second, but just opened my pool this year and I've got some issues. So I noticed that my GFI kept popping, and you see right here I am leaking water out of my, it's a power flow matrix, Hayward power flow matrix, and from the bottom. So we are going to fix this today. How are we going to fix it? Well, we're going to replace the shaft seal. So if you're looking to get your shaft seal replaced on a Hayward pump, or any pump really, yeah, check this out. Here we go. All right, so the first thing you got to do is stop water from coming out of the pool, right? So we're going to go up here and we're going to put a plug down into the skimmer, which will stop any water from coming down. Man, my camera is a mess today. And I thought that was my chicken. Pretty simple. We're just going to use one of these little guys. It goes right down to the hole, and then you just turn it tight. All right, so we have it inside. I will say, first thing you have to do is, you see this little clip? You're going to pull this clip up, and I'm recording, so that's a problem. This is the clip. Put it aside. That will now allow you to take off. Here, babe, why don't you hold this for me? To take this off. Come on. Come on, baby. You have to pry it a little bit. All right, so you have to do a little prying. And it's nice, you know what's cool about this is now I can do some cleaning. Oh, a little dead brown recluse in there. So I'm gonna put this down below. Whatever. Okay, now guys, ooh, and the clip over here. Now what you're gonna wanna do is get your screwdriver. You have to now take all these screws out. And I apologize about the mess. I'm always making a mess somewhere. Okay, there we go. One. Oop. I would say when you put these back in, you're not going to want to torque them in with a screw gun. You're going to want to, or an impact, you're really going to want to hand tighten them in. These are all stainless, which is nice. Hayward puts out a good product, guys. I want to say, I got this the year before COVID hit, so 2019. It's now 2025. I've had to put a switch in it, and that's it. And I'm like the worst pool owner, by the way. I do nothing, absolutely nothing, to maintain my stuff. And I put a little chlorine in there every now and again, and that's it. Okay, so now we're going to have to take a flathead and very gently we're going to help it along. There we go. Okay, and spill some more water. Shouldn't be in there. So you're just going to remember when you put this back together, there is a certain way. You can see this little concave piece, and it can only fit together one way. So just remember that concave piece. While I'm in here, I'm going to look at these seals. And again, as I put this back together, I'll be cleaning it. But this looks really good. So far, so good. Now, what we have in here is our impeller. There's only one way to get this out. So what you have to do is you're going to have to come back here and take the back cover off. And there's only one screw to do so. There we go. Ooh, we got some stuff living in here, people. Gross. Okay, show this real quick, T. We have to now put our, see, this is the shaft. So we have to keep a screwdriver on that. And come around here. And now we're gonna break free. Come on, I might need to get it. You're gonna want a nice big screwdriver. And then you're just gonna go ahead and take your impeller off. This one was a little tight to do. Not gonna lie, but here are our seals. This is, all right, so what's leaking on here right now, right, is this shaft seal and the spring seal. Now, I bought from Beaver Island this whole kit, which came with every seal, and I just want to verify something here. Okay, so this is the first time I'm doing this, guys. If you look on the spring seal, you can see the piece sticking up. That is this side. Ooh, that is gross in here. So that looks good, but now we want to get this one out, and I've been told not to pry it out because you can damage stuff, and if we're fixing it, why do we want to damage? So on the back here there are a few screws, or nuts actually, so I'm gonna have to run to my truck and get my nut drivers, but we're gonna take out, there's 4 of them. Come here, T. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna attempt to pull those out so I can pull the rest of this housing off. Give me a minute. We're not gonna film all that, and I'm gonna get those out if they come out. Now if they don't turn out, then I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I said, which is not to do, which is to pry this piece out with a screwdriver or a pick. Now I do a lot of boat work, so I have some picks, but I'm gonna go get my nut driver and see if I can't get those out so I can do it the proper way. Be right back. All right, so as I'm loosening these, I'm trying to pull the piece off. You don't want to pull them all the way out. You just want to do it enough, because this is a long screw and you don't want to break these, right? So they're all just hand loose. I think that might be it, but she still feels like she's on somewhere. Which one? This one. This one's still on. Okay, that one. This one's still on. That's off. And I'm just pulling to see which one. I can see this one's still on. Okay, now you're going to push all these screws right back in right away. Immediately. And here we go. And that is dirty. So this is going to be getting a full cleaning. You don't need to see that, but she's gross in here. But now we can pop this seal out. So you see this seal right there. How we're going to pop that out, we're just going to grab a socket. If I can get one. Let's see if this is good. Done. Popped it out with the socket. Now, what I recommend, guys, with anything I do, it dropped a certain way. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to grab the seal. Okay, and you can see here, she's a little worn, but the seal was sitting like that, so I'm going to grab the other one before I mess this up. And I'm remembering that this goes up, and when I take this seal, let's make sure it's the same, we're going with it like this. So this, you can see how worn that is. Look at the difference. That's pretty crazy. That's worn all the way down. Again, it came out like that, so what I'm going to do now is keep them in the same position. This came with a little bit of lubie. Let's see. Did I open it enough? No. Still closed. Looks like we're getting a little grease. So I'm just going to take a little grease. I'm just going to go ahead and lube up my seal. Nice. And that's it. It's not much. We're not putting a lot on here, people. Just a little. Okay, so remember it was like that. So this, just now, alright, it came down, that out. This pushes right in. Make sure it's seated on the back, and it's in. So that one's now done. Now we gotta do this one. It just pulled right off. However, I think the metal, yeah, you see the two crimps? The metal stayed on, so that was totally shot. I now need, how am I gonna get this off? Stop. So the seal was completely screwed, but I did get it off. It's a little corroded, so I have some emery paper sitting over here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and clean these up and then get that back on. Even my shaft, if you look, is a tad pitted. I'm going to want to clean that up as well with some emery paper. So be right back and we'll show you the reassembly. Alright, so I just used some emery paper. I cleaned the shaft up. I cleaned the impeller. I'm just putting a little bit of lube on the new bearing. Now, again, I had placed it the same way, so now I know that this is going on like so. Now we have the new spring on, and now in theory, all we gotta do is reverse everything we just did. So these are the bad seals. We'll put those right here. And now what I'm gonna do is just make sure this is good. And just for good measure, I'm gonna put a little more lube on that. Actually, I should probably clean this as I put it back together. So I'm just gonna take this, get in here, clean this out a little bit. I think I have a brush. Just took it apart, don't want to have to do that again. So just clean that up. Okay. I'm really surprised that this motor didn't completely fall apart with how much water was spilling out of it. Okay. So, in front of it, let's see. If I can get another 2 to 3 seasons without having to replace this motor, I'd be stoked, and I think that's a pretty good possibility. So, just because these screws like to seize, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a little grease on every one of these, which now, in the future, because it is getting old, will allow me to get them back out again. Oop, don't want to push it through. Alright, there we go. Put a little grease on this, help that out, and just some on the shaft to help everything slide back together nicely. We're not doing a lot, we're just doing a thin barrier. Okay, get another paper towel. Guys, this is a super easy job. That kit was, I want to say, $27. And a new pump is over $500. So, we're having, come on, grab, oop, got to thread that on that one. So you're just going to thread them by hand. That's feeling good. Now the last one. Okay, so that's good. Then I'm going to take my little thingamajiggy here. I'm just going to bring them to hand tight. They actually go in quite a way. So just be careful. Do not use power tools on this portion. Absolutely not. And if this looks to be a lot, I promise you, it's only taking a little bit of time because we're filming it and I'm trying to make everything look real peachy for you guys. Other than that, this is a super simple job. I think I could have done this in, what, 10 minutes? Mm-hmm. About 10 minutes to do this. Alright, just getting, I'm just going to bring it just tight enough. I don't know how to explain what just tight enough is, but I'm not wrenching it down. Alright, there it's starting to grab. I would say I'm putting like 2 pounds of pressure in it, if even. Alright, that's done. While you're in here, you might want to just scoop out any spiders and stuff that are living in that. Remember, we're not putting that back on yet now. Okay, the impeller. It's always good to inspect that as well, but let's see. It's reverse threads, I believe. Yes. Reverse threads. Okay, once you get it tight, get your screwdriver in there, cinch it down until it's done. That is done. Impeller's good, new seal's in. I'm going to just look this over. That looks good, but I want to clean it. So I'm just going to go like this, clean around it, and then I'm going to lube that one as well. Just give some more life to these seals. Now this kit, if this doesn't leak when I put it back in, for 27 bucks and literally 10 minutes of your time is well worth it. I mean, that's awesome. This actually works. I don't see why it wouldn't. I will say the reviews on Amazon, this is the quickest I get. I even called my local stores. They didn't have it, and obviously we can't have the pump leaking. The reviews were 81% good. They're a family-owned business, so that seemed cool. I figured if there are issues, I'll just send it back, or I'm going to buy a new pump today, one or the other. And I really don't want to buy a new pump because, as I stated before, I'm poor. Okay, so remember this piece, this little swale fits. Get it from the front. If I recall correctly, the swale goes. Clean this off. What am I doing, people? All right, so the swale goes right here, and this brings us back to here. I'm just gonna fit it in. Don't force anything because there is a seal, if you recall. Okay, that looks good. Get my screws. Ooh, this one needs it pushed. There we go. So now we're gonna put the screws back in, and then we can go test. Stop. All right. So I know that there was a lot of talking there, but this is all now reassembled, and we're gonna go check it out. So again, this was probably my issue. This spring bearing was totally chewed up. So that's now in. The new ceramic one's in. Again, when you take them apart, you pop it out. We knew it went down, so that went up. When it came out, we knew it was well, you can't see it now, but this piece was towards the bottom. This piece was on the top. Pay attention to that stuff. If you have other needs for gaskets, I think this is useless. It's for a different version, but it did come with all the other O-rings that are necessary for the pump itself. I'm going to keep these in case something else starts to leak. Keep them somewhere stored in the filthy mess that is my garage. Other than that, I'm done. I'm going to go reinstall it, and we'll show you if it holds. Cool. Well, special thanks to my camera girl. All right, so we are good. I restarted it. I've got everything on. That's running. But my drip, you recall, is from back here. That is now fixed. So I'm assuming this is going to work. Anyway, again, save yourself the money. I know even just to bring it to a repair shop, like a pool store, is going to cost you a couple $100, which is silly. So buy the kit for yourself. Go Hayward, go Beaver Island, do whatever you want, but $27 versus a couple $100 to get it fixed, or $600 to buy a brand new one. Fix your stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this was helpful. Any questions, comments, or concerns, just reach out, and I'm going to start putting a lot more onto this channel. Travel stuff, fix it, repairs, etc. But cheers, thanks for watching. Don't forget the Sailing Project Artemis. I'd appreciate it. Later.